Thank God for books. Hi. Yes. Books. Hi. Hello. That's a lot. Okay. Hi, everybody. It's the beginning of the week. Got a lot to do. Shockingly, somehow it's Memorial Day this upcoming weekend. Like, what? I feel like it's early. Anyway, I'm in I live in a tourist area in Door County, Wisconsin. So Memorial Day weekend is like, it always feels like the official shift into like tourist season. It's like, I am not ready for this. I am used to it being sleepy up here and quiet, and I don't know, it's been like a long wintry spring. So now like feeling summer coming up around the bend, it's like my brain is like, what? Tell me if you relate to this. Just like this feeling that like I'm not like mentally ready for summer. I love summer. I love the flowers. I love the sun. I love lots of daylight for painting and reading and taking photos and just enjoying this beautiful place. But like, I am a hibernator by nature. I like to be cozy. So it takes like a mental shift to go from being like extreme introversion to being like, it's like the extroverted season. But I do like it, and I have to remind myself of that. And I think the best way to get like excited about summer and like remember like, yes, I'm ready for this, is to go plant shopping, which I love doing. I love doing that with my mom in the spring. And I need some herbs. I need some herbs for cooking every year, right? Nothing like the smell of fresh basil. So I'm excited. It's a great way to start the week and really feel like summer is on the way. So yeah, let's welcome it in. Hey guys, I like cannot concentrate today. Finn, my mom's dog, wonderful dog, he's so old, and he slept in this morning until 11 a.m. and every once in a while he's done this and he goes into such a deep sleep that we're like, is today the day that he's gonna die? And anyway, it just makes me sad. But he just woke up and it's like outside hanging out. So it's so hard with an old dog because they kind of drag you through it a little bit. Just like, how's he doing? So anyway, I have no capacity to write today, so I think I'm going to read and just distract myself. I just like had a big cry this morning because I was like, oh, it's just picturing like how's it going to go. Anyway, this is a lot. But the old dog is still here for now. We know we don't have a lot of time with him. And it's just hard to concentrate on anything else. So we have books. I have a really silly sort of thriller that I'm reading. Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney. I like it. I think I'm like almost halfway through. Just started it this weekend. Probably finish it in the next couple days. It's set on an island in Scotland, and this man's wife disappears, and he's a writer, has writer issues. I don't know. I'll tell you more about it when I finished it. But I like it so far. It's a good distraction. Thank God for books getting us through the hard parts of life. Okay, hey everybody, checking in. It's the next day. Obviously, Finney is doing better. He slept a lot. He already sleeps a lot. He's an old boy. He's 14 years old, but he's doing better. He's just, we're just taking care of him, making sure he's all right. It's so hard with an old dog. Anyway, it's very echoey in here, but I wanted to change the scenery. Also, it's very dark and like gloomy this week, so yeah, it's a little bit echoey. Apologies. I'm sitting by the window by some crystals. Isn't that a pretty one? These are my mom's. Lovely crystals, lovely things, calming colors. Yay, moms. Let's have some books to talk about. Woo! So first I thought I'd give you a little bit of an update on writing, which has not been happening, which I think is important to talk about. I think it's important to talk about the ebbs as well as the flows. It's so exciting to talk about, like, oh, it's really working. Here's what I'm excited about. Here's the process. But I also, with this novel and with every big project I've ever done, like, I go through long periods of feeling like I don't want to do it. And the drive isn't there, the interest isn't there, the flow isn't there, and you kind of have to back up a little bit, and then you go forward. So for the last week, I've dipped in and out of the novel to varying degrees of success, and this weekend I just kind of let myself breathe a little bit, read a silly book, which I'm going to tell you about, and earlier today, I ended up just texting myself a bunch of ideas about the novel. So it's like it's coming back, the flow is returning, but sometimes you just gotta leave it for a little while. So that's reassuring, because you start to doubt yourself when you're not into it. You're like, what's wrong with me? And I'm working on that. I'm really trying to cipher out the voices in my head that are like, rest is good and rest is stupid. And like the part that says rest is stupid, I have to question it and go like, is that true, or has rest helped me in the past? It usually does end up helping me, but I have to convince myself of that. And I have to give myself grace. This is a marathon, right? It's a big, big project. So finding peace with that. Yes. So books. Hi. Hello. That's a lot. So I'm gonna I don't know if I'll pick a book today, but I'm considering next books, because where is it? I read this book. I already showed this to you. Beautiful Ugly by Alice Feeney. Guys. Okay, I've never read anything by this author. This is my first time. It was recommended to me. The twist in this is fucking ridiculous. But I will say I had a good time. I enjoyed myself. It was a page turner. I read it really quickly. It was fun. Sometimes this is just what you need. It's really fun to read a twisty thriller. It's really fun to read something fast, a real page turner. I was in pretty much immediately, was out pretty much immediately. Yeah, just a fun book. But yeah, that twist, I don't know, guys. I don't know. And like I said yesterday, I needed some distraction, and isn't that sometimes just the purpose of reading and movies and series and things like that, is to leave your own life for a while. So it was really fun. Anyway, I'm reading this. Hello, I'm about halfway through. I abuse books, by the way. My name is Rebecca, and I abuse my books. I'm sorry. Not sorry. I write. Oh, Lord. Can you see? Okay, there we go. I write all over these things. I'm having so much fun reading this book. I'm going to give you an update later on it. But we just passed the first proposal. God damn it, Darcy. And now we're at his letter. I'll tell you more about that in the next video. This book, I am 2/3 of the way through, maybe a little bit more, of this book. I really love it. I'm going to talk about it when I'm done. Time to pick a book. I have several library books checked out. I'm not someone who does like a traditional TBR list, like this month I'm gonna read these books. No, I'm a mood reader, okay? I read based on what I feel like reading, except for the classics, which are kind of planned out right now. And I picked up these 3 books. I don't really know much about them, but I'm gonna share them with you. First one, so the novel I'm writing, in case you don't know, is about a chef, and that's kind of all I'm telling people. Yeah, mostly that. You can find out more about it in my researching my novel video if you're interested. But writing about a chef. The Dinner by Herman. Do you think it's Koch? I don't know. Anyway, this is. I actually am not familiar with him, although he seems like a big deal, and he lives in Amsterdam. But yes, if you have read this book, tell me. It looks like Gillian Flynn liked this book based on the review on the back. But yes, fancy dining. I'm writing about a chef. I just picked this up
Knew nothing about it. Grabbed it. Didn't even think about it. On a summer evening in Amsterdam, two couples meet at a fashionable restaurant for dinner. At first, the conversation is a gentle hum of polite small talk, the banality of work, the latest movies they've seen. But behind the empty words, terrible things need to be said. Skip forward. Each couple has a 15-year-old son. The two boys are united by their accountability for a single horrific act. But yes, I thought this sounded interesting. It sort of feels like a play almost, potentially. But yes, just something that sounded fun, complicated, gripping, and set in a high-end restaurant. That was enough for me. I'm like, yeah, I'm in. Sure, totally. In Amsterdam too? Yeah, come on. Next one. Real Americans by Rachel Khong. Again, this is another book I don't know too much about. I'm gonna get more comfy here. Okay, The Real Americans begins in New York City on the precipice of Y2K when 22-year-old Lily Chen, an unpaid intern at a slick media company, meets Matthew. Matthew is everything she is not, poised, confident, and most notably heir to a vast pharmaceutical fortune. Lily, the only child of scientists who fled Mao's Cultural Revolution, was raised in Tampa and is flat broke. Despite their differences, they fall in love. Now we flash forward then to 2021. Lily is now a single mom, and she has a 15-year-old son named Nick, who feels like an outsider on an isolated Washington island. And he looks like he goes out to learn more about his biological father. But this just sounded really interesting. It's a profound tale of class and striving, race and visibility, and family and inheritance. Real Americans is an inquiry into the forces that roil our new century. Are we destined or made? And if the latter, who gets to do the making? Anyway, that sounds like a great book, and I've heard good things about it. Last one is, look at this cover. Come and get it. Hey, piggy. Kylie Reid. I know that both of these authors are well-known authors. All three of these authors are well-known authors. I have not read books by any of them. I know Kylie Reid wrote Such a Fun Age, and I believe Rachel Khong wrote Was It Goodbye Vitamin? I meant to read that one, but haven't. Yes, Goodbye Vitamin. So, Kylie Reid's Come and Get It, a novel. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about this one too. 2017, at the University of Arkansas, Millie Cousins, a super senior resident at Belgrade Dormitory, just wants to graduate, get a job, and buy a house. So when Agatha Paul, a writer and visiting professor itching for her next big topic, offers Millie an easy yet unusual opportunity for them to help each other further their own interests, Millie naturally jumps at the chance. But Millie's starry-eyed side hustle quickly becomes jeopardized by a lonely transfer student, unruly residents, and illicit intrigue. I gotta tell you, this is a vague description to me. I can't even really tell what exactly this is about, but I do know that it's a campus novel, and generally, if it's a campus novel, I'm generally sold. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna jump in. Okay, so this is actually what got me, was just like the beginning of this. I love how like just like a little thing can get you into a novel, get you curious. So these are the first sentences, but basically you just need to know a woman is standing in front of a dormitory in the evening. And here we go. Two students with large backpacks walked past her toward the dormitory entrance. One said, "No, I've actually had oatmeal every day this week." The other opened the door with a key fob and said, "See, I need to start doing that too." I just like that. You guys, like, isn't it dumb? Like, that's the thing that sold me, is that like this one student is like, "See, I need to start eating oatmeal too, like every day." And you're like, if someone gets the little details, the little dumb moments between people, I'm generally in. I'm interested. So anyway, I don't know which one of these I'm going to read next. If you have a relationship with any of these books, feelings, let me know. It doesn't mean that I will follow what you say, but I'm interested. So that is where we're at right now with books. It is kind of rainy out. It is kind of gloomy out. It's not been a good week so far for concentration. I think it's the darkness. It's the gloom. It's weird because it's supposed to start to feel like summer, but it's like cold out. I mean, the other day I was walking with like my not winter coat, but like almost winter coat, you know, the in-between, not quite spring coat, but not quite winter coat. And then I was wearing like a hat and gloves, and I was walking, and I was like, what the fuck is this? It's almost Memorial Day, but that's how it is up here right now. I'm sure I will have beautiful sunny days to share with you soon, and beautiful flowers and plants, but yeah, right now we're kind of in the gloom before the summer, which is sort of a nice excuse to get cozy and enjoy ourselves and enjoy a little bit more of, like, you know, staying introverted. Maybe it's just me. Anyway, okay.
Okay. I think this is going to be my last video. It's been sort of a weird week, right? For me, it's been a weird week. Like, the weather's all over the place. It's like, is it going to be summer, or is it just going to be spring/winter forever? Who knows? Let's start here. The Sentence by Louise Erdrich. I just finished this book, as in just. Like, I'm like here, cozy blanket, got my green tea right there. Just finished this book. You can see, it's so bright. Again, like, the weather's all over the place. You can kind of see, there we go, all my little tabs. Yay. I really like this book. She does a lot in this novel, a lot, in a way that only Louise Erdrich can do. I counted how many books of hers I've read. It's a lot. Yes, this is the 7th book of hers. This is the 7th book of hers that I've read. She is such a smart, creative, bold writer. And it is always so impressive to me how much she manages to hold inside of her novels. And this book, again, it's been a little while since I've read some of her novels, the other 6 novels I've read, but this book feels like it has so much in it that you would think would not work together. This takes place starting around All Souls Day in 2019 and ending around All Souls Day, like right after Halloween in 2020. That means she has the pandemic. That means that she has all of the uproar in Minneapolis after the murder of George Floyd. This book also takes place in a bookstore, which is heavily modeled, and basically is her bookstore that she owns in real life, Birchbark Books. She writes herself into the book as the bookstore owner. Like, she talks about Louise. She only has a couple little moments. I mean, the protagonist of this goes to prison right away in the beginning. It's like a flashback, and then in the present she's been out of prison. And she ends up falling in love with the man who arrested her, the cop who arrested her originally. And so, of course, then their relationship comes up with, like, her relationship with the police, because, of course, we know that was a big deal during 2020 and still is, but with the Abolish the Police battle cry of that time period, and her relationship goes all over the place. This book is like a lot. It's a lot. It's very, very impressive. Oh, and I didn't even say the main thing, which is that her bookstore, the bookstore that this character works in, owned by Louise, the character of Louise, is haunted by the shop's most annoying customer, who was a white woman who was obsessed with Native American culture and really wanted to claim it for herself, was like a wannabe hanger-on to the Native community. And it's just like, I'm amazed that she managed to pull all this together. I will say, to me, this book felt watery. Like, it felt like we're moving through a very quiet world of a bookstore and the quirkiness of this ghost, and then we've got the dark, scary world out there in the news, and with COVID, and with people burning down buildings in Minneapolis. And she is masterful in that she can handle it. But I can also see some people being like, I don't know what this is. I think sometimes to be in a book like this, and I feel like I sort of realized it halfway through, I was like, oh, this is a lot. And I think the way to just experience this is to just let it wash through me. And it ended up being a beautiful experience. And again, Louise Erdrich is so creative. The voices of her characters can be so unique, and they think so differently than I normally think myself as a writer. They sometimes they're so much bolder and funnier and weirder, and come to such different conclusions than we normally think of. So this book, if you happen to pick it up, have an open mind with it. Let these characters wash through you. It even has a sleepy quality at times, because, again, we're in the pandemic, so you're in this moment of uncertainty with these characters. This feels like a historical document, sort of. She even talks about her own tour as an author, her book tour as an author, being slowly, realizing what was happening with the pandemic, realizing, oh, I do need to go home. There's just like a lot. I
feel like I'm just saying the same thing over and over again. It's a lot, but it's in the hands of a master. But yes, I enjoyed this book. It did test me a little bit in terms of going like, okay, this isn't what I thought it would be, but it's beautiful, and it's so creative, and it feels very intimate. She creates this really intimate world with this bookstore and these characters and this little makeshift family amidst all the big things going on outside. Anyway, yeah, I really enjoyed it. If that sounds interesting to you, if you want to see a masterful writer pull together so many ideas and themes, well, it's getting very bright here, isn't it? Anyway, check it out. Louise Erdrich, The Sentence. Really, really interesting book. And I'm going to have to go through and look at all of the book recommendations that her characters make in this book, because it's wonderful. Yeah, I think I'm just going to wrap up here. And I've been thinking about this this sort of like awkward transition that I feel like I'm in right now between spring and summer and my resistance toward it. And it does feel like it's mirroring that feeling of like, that is the book reflecting on me. Put it over there. It does feel like that sensation of like feeling like I have to become more extroverted. Don't have to, but summer pulls it out of us, right? And I feel it coming. I also feel the sadness of losing Finn. I feel that coming. I feel like I'm in this moment, and I feel like I've captured it on camera on this YouTube, of just like feeling like an anticipatory anxiety of change. And it makes me feel grateful for my creative life, for my creative practices, for painting, for my novel, which is this big private world of mine that I can continually go back to. I'm grateful for I didn't do any cooking or like baking, not that I shared with you this week, but like I'm grateful for baking. I'm grateful for books, for a community of other readers on here. It feels like when the world feels like it's changing and like, oh my God, just like looking at the news every damn day, it feels like there is such a craving in me for stability, for safety, and I feel that with art. I feel that with the creative parts of my life, and I even feel that like lately with YouTube. It's been such a pleasure to be on here consistently and to sort of track my life. Like that feels like, it feels very fun. It feels very celebratory of the little things. And yeah, and I'm glad to be in a world where despite everything going on, we can all find solace in literature, in talking about books, in sharing book suggestions, just like the characters do in this book. But yeah, let me know if you relate to resisting the extroverted nature of summer. I love summer, but I am hesitant. I bet you anything. Next time I come on here, God, it's so bright now. Next time I come on here, I'm going to be like, summer, yay, awesome. As if like all of this anxiety never happened. But you know that I had some resistance, and I was like, I don't wanna. This is also the magic of YouTube. It reveals us. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it here. It's the Friday of Memorial Day weekend as I'm recording this. I just kind of want to read Jane Austen this weekend. I just want to I kind of want to like prepare for tourism season starting up. I would like to actually plant those herbs that we got, and just sort of, yeah,
let the anxiety melt away a little bit. Yeah, so I'm wishing you the best, fellow introverts out there. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope you stumble across some wonderful books. I actually want to go to a library book sale this weekend. Maybe that would be fun. Okay, I'm rambling. Here's to doing things our way, to doing things slowly when it's the right thing to do for us, and owning that, right? Our way is the right way. Okay, my goodness. This light. Okay, I'll see you. Bye.